What was happening?
I don't know. Listen, I saw. Hold on. Let me tell you what I saw. I had to get this garbage out of my headset real quick.
Oh no.
What I saw is 2000s throwback. Does this scream 2000s throwback to you?
This song?
Yes.
A little. I can see like a particular genre from the 2000s, but not globally what people would have associated with
This
the
is not
2000s.
what there's gotta
Like-
be.
Maybe this was inspired by Evanescence, but like that's the only thing I can think of.
Yeah, like it's very, very niche genre. Not what
Yeah.
I would think 2000s. I would think more pop music because that was primarily what kind of carried the early 2000s. Britney Spears, Backstreet Boys, NSYNC, that vibe.
And that's what I was expecting Sugar Sweet,
Yeah, pop.
and I got that.
You
Whatever.
got hot top. You got
Got
hot
what
topic.
you got.
I wouldn't even say hot topic.
Black,
I guess it is early
hoodies.
2000s, but the part that I don't want to interact with.
Yeah.
Hello.
The part that we've tried
hi.
to distance ourselves
I've
from.
forgotten about it.
So can I tell you how confusing it was? I felt like there were 3 false starts from the back end. I was like, oh nope, wait, did my music cut? Like I was looking back and forth at my settings because of how many jimpity.
Oh, because that weird like pause.
There was a weird pause right after you asked if we were ready. It like the music ended immediately. And then the next song started, and I said, okay. But then you stopped that song to start another song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is better. I like this.
This
better.
is better.
Yeah, I kind of like this one.
Yeah.
This has Eurovision vibes.
Yeah.
It wishes it was that cool. Speaking of Eurovision
It needs
tickets,
weirder lyrics.
Eurovision tickets go on sale in a month.
I know.
McKinsey doesn't know that I'm tracking those.
Just in time for your birthday.
But
How
fingers
much are
crossed.
tickets to Eurovision? Like, how does that work? Like, I guess you go to like different rounds of it, or like.
Well, okay, so okay. You could get tickets. I'm talking about tickets for the main show. You obviously could get tickets for the individual individual competitions in like different countries.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
if you
yeah.
wanted to go to those.
No, the main one would be the one to go
But
to.
for the main, it all happens I think within a week, and you have 2 semis that happen back like it's like Monday is semi, Tuesday is semi. There's a day off, and then I think it's the family show, and then it's like the main show. So the family show is the full performance as though it's live, but it's a bit lower key because it's not. But that's when they get all the recordings. So if something goes wrong during the main show, they play the recording from the family show. That's how they get the backup,
Oh,
and it's like the
interesting.
whole dress rehearsal. And then the next day is when they do the live show. I've always wanted to go to the family show because I've heard the family show is pretty casual. Like you can come and go as you want to.
and you
whereas
don't
the
want
live
them to be
show,
cursing.
so the live show, they don't want you leaving to like go to the bathroom at different times because they want it to
Oh.
always stay full, like in the building.
They want everyone going
and
to the
so
bathroom
it's-
at the same time.
It's like much more controlled how you're allowed to move around and stuff like that.
You're almost like an extra.
Catheters.
Exactly. And
Yeah.
so, by the way, I know somebody that went, they did the whole like ball drop at Times Square, and that's the joke about wearing catheters or wearing diapers or stuff like that.
Yeah.
But, the live show just sounds a little bit too intense. So I've wanted to do the family show. But anyway, it's like 4 shows over 5 days. And then you just buy tickets for any of those you want to. And then obviously it's in the country of whoever the winning artist was. But what they'll do is you sign up now. Like you can go ahead and sign up now to get to register your account. When tickets go on sale, it's like the whole lottery thing. So
Yeah,
like
fair.
you'll buy and then
Comic-Con.
they'll open them up to you and then you purchase
Yeah.
them. And
Comic-Con, Taylor Swift, you name it.
Yeah.
Then,
You guys ready to start?
yeah, yeah.
So that's a good enough place to end the
I was
preamble
genuinely
and jump
curious.
I'll say this because I don't need to say this on the
So
show,
nope.
but there's one other set of tickets that I want to get. I do think McKinsey and I will get them. We just might buy them on the black market. But that's James Acaster is doing a U.S. tour right now. He's coming to
Oh,
Austin,
fun.
by the way, but he'll be in Nashville in January. Tickets are sold out everywhere. I checked Nashville, I checked Austin, I checked Atlanta, I checked Denver. They're all sold out. So again, I'll have to buy them on the secondary market. But I really want to go see James Acaster during his tour.
Yeah, that would be fun.
He's a comedian. So.
Never heard of him.
Yes.
All right, count us in.
3 and 2 and 1 and nice. Welcome to episode something. Here you go. Welcome to episode 596 of the Pop Culture Roundtable, the podcast that's ready to settle in for a long winter's nap. In this episode, we talk about Lady in the Dale. No, it's The Lady in the Dale. We talked about this. The.
Double does.
Oh, you know what I just realized? I never finished the outro. Because I was going to ask you guys what it's called. What's the thing called with the it's like a poncho blanket thing?
A Snuggie?
Snuggie, thank you.
What?
You never heard of a
Snuggie
Snuggie?
from Poncho Blanket? Yes, I've heard of.
Okay.
Poncho Blanket does sound like my stripper name.
Coming to the stage, Poncho Blanket.
Poncho Blanket.
But then I wear a Snuggie.
But you put more clothes on.
No, you come up and like you just
routine
come out
is
as like a
me.
pile of blankets, and it's like burlesque, like you reveal and reveal.
The whole routine is you trying to get out of a poncho and you just keep getting your arms stuck and your head is...
Yeah.
It's the easiest piece of clothing to put on, but somehow you struggle for 12 minutes and then you get off the stage.
What's the song that you dance to during this?
What's a 12-minute song?
Yeah.
It's Queen.
Yeah.
It's Bohemian Rhapsody.
Or like
Inagata
Freebird. Yeah.
And
I did have to wear
Yeah.
one of these during my surgery.
They make most people wear hospital gowns during surgery.
Yeah,
You're not
they
allowed to
don't
go
tell
in
you
in
they're not-
jeans.
I don't think they give most people a hospital gown that's 2 sizes too small. I don't know if you're aware, but I'm larger than the average person.
I don't think they gave you one that was too small. I think they gave you the only one that they could. I feel like they're a one-size-fits-all operation.
Yeah. Wow, it's a one size fits most operation.
Yes. I love one size fits most.
all right, here we go. We'll try this again. We'll start it from the top. Here we go.
We should name the episode that.
Welcome to episode 596 of the Pop Culture Roundtable, the podcast that's ready to settle in for a long winter's nap. In this episode, we talk about The Lady in the Dale, Stranger Things Season 5, and Alphabet in Motion. I'm Andrew Sale.
I'm Lauren Rubin.
I'm Patrick Hill.
So get your Snuggies on and your cocoa mugs ready, because it's time for another episode.
I already forgot. What's Poncho's last name?
Blanket.
Via. We like to kick off every episode by going around the table, which is where we talk about things that are new, fun, and noteworthy about our weeks. Patrick, let's hear from you. Shall us?
Chalice.
Okay, that was close. I have something else to add to my list, and now that I want to add it to my list, I don't remember the name of it. I think it is Gyro Palooza. I realize that I'm talking as I'm in the episode, and I'm talking as I'm preparing for the episode. But here we
You're the
go.
one who has to edit it, so.
So,
Also, this is pretty par for the course.
What?
the MVP Gyro Palooza box. These went on sale. So Gyro Palooza is MVP is a brand that makes discs for disc golf. MVP is a brand that I really enjoy, probably because it's the first. Outside of getting like a starter set, the first disc ever put in my hand was an MVP disc, and so I love it. Andrew does not have the fondness for them that I do, and that's because they have an over mold
Yes.
rim, like a ring around the end. The idea was that this should, by adding weight to the end, it would cause the disc to be more stable, and then the hope is that that surface would better grip chains, and so hopefully you would have putts that would normally like wash out, like grip a little bit better. That's the idea with the overmold. But anyway, MVP is the brand, and every year they put on an event called Gyropalooza. And what they also do is they put out a mystery box, a Gyropalooza mystery box, and 5 people will find a golden ticket disc. It'll be a disc with a golden ticket stamped on it, and if you get the golden ticket, you get free admission to the event, and then you also get like I think there's some special gear and stuff like that you get as well at the
You
event.
don't get to go to the chocolate factory?
Well, you just everybody can go to the chocolate factory. Just some people get I was gonna say free chocolate, but you still pay for it. So
Yeah.
nothing's free in this world. But
And that's the moral of this episode.
That's anyway. See you later. So my mystery box is sitting under my tree right now. I'm gonna be good.
Oh, you got one.
I have,
But
one.
you haven't opened it yet.
Okay.
I have not opened it. It is sitting under my tree. I will open it come Christmas. and I will let you know.
Did you buy this for yourself for Christmas?
I did. Mackenzie didn't know about it till it was already like shipped and on the way to the house.
It sounds like even more you and Becca are on the same page with things.
So
I love this. Is so funny.
We've talked so many times about how when we would go on vacation, Becca and Patrick are in alignment with how they do vacations, and Mackenzie and I are in alignment on how we do vacations. This further solidifies that. Becca
and I could go do our own thing. You and Mackenzie could go do your own thing, and we would all be happy.
Becca, we talked this year, and I asked Becca, I said, hey, like, let's just real talk for a minute. For Christmas this year, how about we just get stuff for the kids, and then us not get each other anything because we really need to pay down our debt so that I can just get that off of my chest, right? And so she agreed to that. And then we were talking about like how much what the budget should be then for the kids. And she said, but I did also buy something for myself for Christmas. I'm like, what?
But that was before we knew. So
it's really funny to me that you not only bought it for yourself for Christmas, but like wrapped it and put it under the tree to like wait for later.
He's pragmatic.
I do buy myself stuff around Christmas because I'm like, yeah, like while you're shopping, you see stuff, whatever. But I don't pretend to wait till later. Like I bought it now.
What's this?
Just to be clear, it is not wrapped. It's in the UPS box sitting under the tree.
Yeah.
So there's still like some kind of unboxing going to happen though.
Applying a level of care to this that he does not put into it.
Yeah. Do you wrap your gifts you give to like other people? Or is it just a like gift bag situation?
If Mackenzie would like to wrap it, she knows where the stuff is. I don't need the pre.
So her gift to you will be wrapping the present for you.
I also don't know where the stuff is. So
the room that you see right now is primarily the room he understands in his house.
Yeah.
No, he knows where no other thing is aside from what is in this room.
No. Yeah.
It's funny because I was like, I literally have like wrapping paper hidden behind that door.
Oh, well, you can come wrap it if you would like to.
But I'm very good at it.
The Gyrapalooza drop, I think, is sold out now. It was $120 for the box. There are some people that are like other disc golf suppliers that are selling the box. I just don't know if they're like resales or how any of that functions. But if you're interested, MVP Gyrapalooza, look it up.
I wouldn't trust that if it's
have they
like
taken
third
the
party.
tickets out? Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
exactly.
That's
I don't
weird.
know if they only come from. I saw everybody like pushing people to Armory, and Armory is sold out. But now I see other people selling it, and I don't know if they also got
they're
a
based
shipment or
out of
not.
Saudi Arabia, and we know how we feel about that.
Who knows? Yeah, we do know how we feel. But anyway, so that's Gyrapalooza. That's the only thing that between like Thanksgiving, Black Friday, Cyber Monday, that is the only thing I pulled the trigger on. I thought a lot of the sales I found really unexciting this year.
I bought such practical things that I've been like, oh, I need new running shoes. The store has a sale. Yeah, like.
But like normally I'll see something that's like, oh my gosh, that's half off. I feel like I have to have that thing, and nothing hit me that way this year.
You're growing up, Patrick. The
other thing, no, Black Friday's just getting worse. That's what's happening. The other and this economy. Build by Tony Fidel. So I finished this book since we last spoke. Tony Fidel, he's the founder of the like Nest thermostat that got bought by Google for $3.2 billion. He was also led the teams that built the iPod, the original iPod. He also led the teams that built the iPhone. He worked at General Magic way back in the day, Philips, tons of places. Like the guy is a serial entrepreneur, inventor, and a very successful one. But he has a book called Build, An Unorthodox Guide to Making Things Worth Making. And this book goes through, from his perspective, it's the advice that he would give a founder or that he would give someone wanting to launch a product or start a business. And so it's, yes, there is advice, but a big chunk of the book is just the nuts and bolts about here's how a sales department typically works. Here's how they're incentivized. Here's how a marketing department typically works and is incentivized. Here's how product works and is incentivized. Here's how engineering works. Like kind of lawyers, accountants, when you need them. Like it's like a very practical step-by-step through the organization. I know it's crazy. And it's number one, it's very well laid out. It's succinct. It gives you enough information you feel like you learn something, but it doesn't feel like it drones on or goes too far in the weeds one direction. It's very interesting, and you just glimpse a lot of things that if you've not been in a very large org or a very mature org or a lot of different orgs, you just don't get a chance to see otherwise. And so especially if you're thinking about launching something, these are all things that at some point you should consider. But he also talks about, he has a chapter on breakpoints, and this talks about, okay, from 0 to 30 people, up to 50 people, up to 200 people, up to 1,000 people, like the natural breakpoints of your company and when you should introduce like different departments, different layers of management, what you should expect to change at those breakpoints, what you should be aware of at those breakpoints. And so anybody in an org, especially in a high level org that, is affected by growth and gets to affect growth, it's very interesting information stuff to be mindful of.
Does he talk about when to fire?
Sure. He talks about the process of letting people go. He also talks about the process of when to leave a company, when to step down, etc. One of my
For me, it's always 3 months before I actually do.
Yeah, he talks very he does talk very clearly about letting people go. So both he talks about the hiring process, the questions he asks, what he looks for, etc. But then he talks about letting people go, the types of people you let go, and how you don't the damage you do if you don't let people go quickly.
Yes.
Which is all fascinating. One of the best chapters was a whole chapter on defining the assholes that you work with. And it talks about like the ego-driven asshole or the visionary asshole or the just asshole and it like breaks them down, what motivates them, how you identify them, how you work with them, and also when you should quit because of them. And again, it's really, really interesting, very, very practical. And so that's Build by Tony Fadell. The book's been out for a few years. It came out in 2022, but it's still very, very relevant information. And it's not a super huge commitment. It's something you'll be able to get through, in a weekend or a week or so. I don't know if you'll get through it that quick. It depends on how fast you read. But that's most of it. And then I finished book 3 of Dungeon Crawler Carl as well. I'm 6 chapters into book 4.
Nice.
Running through that. So I'll get through book 4 before I pick up my next non DCC book. That's what I'm in alternate phase right now. I do one DCC, so it's like one for you, one for me.
That's really funny because when I read books, I tend to read like one like comic book or graphic novel, and then read like a regular like novel. Go back and forth.
And I'm hoping that one of those next books is the adventures of who they are and who they are. Cavalier and Clay. I was gonna say Cassius Clay, the boxer. Cavalier and Clay. So we want to do this as a community.
Yeah, we need to pick a schedule.
Realistically, it's going to be something we kick off first of the year.
New year.
We'll come back to you as a community. But this is a book we all want to read together. And
I think I bought Cavalier and Clay. I want to say it was right after you talked about it, Jennifer. That joke doesn't make sense to
I was like,
That's
before the
all
show,
off air.
Andrew got my name wrong and
What's
he's been
funny-
calling me a different name every time, which is now funnier.
Every time. Yeah. What's funny is people see that we show up late from time to time. Like we started at like 7:08 this time. We're not just like dicking around. We were talking about like political things in Saudi Arabia. Like there's we have all sorts of conversations, and then we go, oh, it's time to just turn the podcast on.
Yeah.
Anyway,
But I think I bought Cavalier and Clay when you talked about it on
Long
the podcast.
time ago, yeah.
So that was 4 years ago, maybe.
Yeah, I think that was one of the like first things I talked about because it is one of my like all-time favorite books.
I'm hoping 3rd week of January we're getting started.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. I
know
love
we
that
haven't
idea.
like set down the date, but I'll go and let you know that's the date I'm expecting in my head is like 3rd week of January. We're all jumping into this book. I have it already queued up.
So put it on your Christmas list, people.
Yeah, great idea.
You've got a little bit of time.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Andrew, did you?
Yeah.
You didn't get the Gyropalooza box, I take it?
I didn't, but let me tell you about a couple things I did get because last week was my birthday, or 2 weeks ago was my birthday, and I got a few things. Speaking of books, I made it through. I think since we talked last, I read through all of book 4 of Harry Potter, and I'm halfway through book 5. And let me just say, There is so much in the books that is not even covered
Yes,
in the
right?
movies. And I know people have said that, but you don't know what that means until you've read the books.
I do like I don't even like being the person who, like, the book is always better, but they really freaking are,
This
especially
time
in this
around,
case.
such a more vast universe. I do think watching it first and then reading it is actually the better move.
Yeah, because you're just getting to add all this extra context
it
and
expands the
wonderfulness.
universe.
Yeah,
Like you learn so much about Dobby that you understand why at the end there's
it's
like
really
weight,
sad.
There's
Yeah.
weight behind what happens. You understand what happens with Neville and his presence in the thing. There's so much you understand. Anyway,
There's such really cool stuff that happens with Neville that I love that the
Yeah.
movies just didn't have time for, and I fully
Yeah,
understand
they
that,
just
and that's
leave
fine.
It, leave it out because the thing is, the movies stay roughly the same time, but
yeah,
the
and look,
books
they're
double
like
and
very
triple
yeah
in
they're
size.
they're also very long books to begin with. Like the shortest one is like 350 pages,
Yeah.
so it's not like they're like got.
And that one
like,
even
a
leaves
lot
some
of
things
space
out
to
from the
run.
first movie. But I would say the first
Yeah.
movie to the first book is the closest,
Totally
like
agree.
regular adaptation, like 1-to-1. But you start like book 2, you're like, oh, there's lots that they left out. Book 3, it's like, what? That's an entire arc that they've left out. Now, in book 4, it's like Umbridge. You really hate Umbridge. Anyway,
Yeah.
I'm gonna digress off of that.
I love that you're getting so into the books because I think they are like the movies are good too. Don't get me wrong, but I think the books just are like really excellent.
They didn't want movie Neville to get hot either.
No, my brother and I were actually talking about this a lot because of Stranger Things. Of like when you watch those kids grow up and like Draco is supposed to be like cool and slick, and he's like kind of turned into a dweeb, and then like
Yeah.
Neville, the biggest dweeb, turns into like the hottie.
So speaking of dweebs and hotties, per you guys talking about it, and then somebody else outside of this circle, another friend talked about it. I picked up Red Rising for my birthday. Like I actually purchased this for myself. But I didn't just pick it up like to listen to it like I've been doing with the other books. I picked this up in a deluxe hardcover edition. I know I sent you guys pictures of this.
It's beautiful.
But I'm going to show it on here because honestly, you guys did not give me the reaction I wanted. I was so excited to show you guys this and you're like, pretty.
Well, I think it's cool. I just don't really know what the book's about or whatever.
Oh, I thought you'd read it. Oh, I thought you had read it.
No. That looks cool.
so-
I think I've been recommended it before. Like I think I at one point had a copy in the house and I don't know what
Golly.
happened to it.
This is
That's so much ink.
I know they ink the edges.
That's
it's got
cool.
this map on the inside. It's got this little fold out poster that I'm not going to do right now. And then it's
Which
got.
book
It will
is this
never
again?
go back into the same shape.
This is Red Rising. Didn't you talk about it
Oh.
too, Patrick?
No. What I was talking about a different book, and somebody else in my circle recommended Red Rising. I mentioned it, and you then recommended it. So I've purchased Red Rising. I have not read it.
Great.
Yeah.
This is the deluxe version, and it is a 6-7 book series, I think.
6,
Maybe,
7, really.
Maybe more. Oh, shut up. I hate that so bad. It honestly, it makes me madder than it should. And I recognize in the moment that I shouldn't be as mad about this. And with my blood pressure the way that it is and my anxiety, I have way more things to worry about. But when people do that, it makes me want to punch them in the throat. I get this reaction.
I'm so glad to be so far away.
Anyway, and there's like a foil stamping on the side. I don't know if that translates to the. There we go.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful hardcover. Now, this is the only one that has the deluxe version so far of the set. So, like, either I'm going to read this and then gift it to someone else, or I'm going to have to buy the next 6 over the however many years it
You
takes for
go
them
to
to
the
release all
library
of them.
and just borrow copies. And
No.
then buy
I
the nice
mean,
ones
I
when
can
they
read
come
the
out.
books, but like a deluxe version, like to sit on your
No, I
shelf.
also know that you're the type of person who like has to have like if you
Matching.
bought like the deluxe one for the first one, the rest of the series has to match.
Yeah,
Or like
fully.
whatever version it is for
It's
whatever thing.
It's a
yeah.
sickness, genuinely.
Yeah.
But anyway, it's beautiful. If you want to pick up a copy of it, I think it's like at Barnes and Noble, it's like $50, and then I found it on Amazon for like.
What is the book about?
It's a sci-fi like it's basically if you like Dune, you will like this story.
Okay.
Is basically
Yeah.
is what I've seen in all of like the reviews and stuff. Very highly recommended. My friend Amanda, who is a huge book lover. Her favorite books are like ACOTAR and Throne of Glass, like all of those. She said this might be up there for her. This series is after book 1. Yeah, after book 1, she's already feeling like, and she was already starting into book 2. She already feels like it's in contention to dethrone Throne of Glass as her favorite series. So
Is this a book Mackenzie would enjoy?
maybe, but it's not romantasy. It's
just like
fantasy
sci-fi.
sci-fi.
Yeah.
It's fantasy sci-fi.
Space opera.
Yeah,
You
it's like
have
more of a
read
space
it.
opera. Me?
Yes.
No, I just got this.
Oh, so we all have the chance to read
So
it together.
let me say this. I misunderstood what we were doing. I thought Red Rising was going to be our book club book. I forgot that it was Cassius Clay, Cavalier and Clay. So when I saw this, I bought this because I didn't buy the audio version of this yet,
yeah.
and so I thought I would do this hardcover. And then I remembered, oh, this isn't the book, but now I have it. So
Well, I know you did just read it, but we could save that for the next book if you think that would be good.
no, I didn't just read it. That's my point.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you said you did read it, and that's why you
bought
were
it
so excited
because I
about it.
thought
Okay,
this is what we were
I'm
all
so
gonna be
sorry.
reading
I'm so
together.
Sorry. Yes, I got it.
Yeah, so I had a misunderstanding that has now caused 2 other misunderstandings in this call.
Cascading misunderstandings.
But I can hold on to it until
Yeah, I think
until our
that
next
sounds
one.
like
That's
a
fine.
cool book. So,
But Patrick has it. I have it. And you just need to get it. I think you'll love it based on what everybody else is saying. Thank you, Mackenzie.
Mackenzie said no one's listening to you. I
Mackenzie's the
know.
only one who's paying
I
attention.
just misunderstood what you said. I thought you had said that you just read it while over the break, so
No,
that was my fault.
I just got it. So
Yes.
Okay, so something I got for my birthday that I've been holding on to for 2 reasons. One, because I wanted to show you guys first, but also I had to wait for Advent, and today's the first day of Advent. Becca's mom, my mother-in-law, got me for my birthday an Advent calendar mystery dice
Ooh,
Advent
fun.
calendar. So today is day 1. If you're
You have
if
to
you're
use
watching
these
this
dice
live,
to roll your categories, by the way.
I should if it's a D20.
I would assume the first one is.
But it's a box that's got it's a castle with like all Christmas stuff, and there's a dragon blowing like ice and stuff, and there's a Santa and whatever. I'm about 90% sure that's AI, but yeah, I'm gonna open up day 1 because that's
Excited.
today. Today is the first day of Advent. If you're watching this live, if you're listening to this
if
after
you
the
celebrate.
fact, if you celebrate. I don't understand what this is. This is just
I think I
foam.
still have that like puzzle you guys gave me. I need to try it.
I don't understand.
Oh, you never did the
I
Disney
put it
Advent
I
puzzle?
put it not on my shelf that's in front of me with all the other
Oh,
puzzles.
they
so,
put this
yeah,
in
I just
upside
forgot that.
down. That's
You
garbage.
just opened the last day.
No.
Oh.
I just spilled.
Spilled dice everywhere.
I just spilled 6 days worth of dice onto my desk. Oh,
now you
what
don't
an
get any
idiot.
more advents.
Oh gosh,
That's so
what
funny.
there's cool stuff in here. Okay.
Okay.
Hang on, I gotta put
Is
this
it
back
full
in.
sets?
No
Now
idea
you're
where
seeing
this is supposed to
peaks?
go. I'm gonna just set that there.
Just pick
It's like
one.
the
This is terrible. This
I'm
is day
excited.
1.
Yeah.
It's a glass vial with a cork lid for your dice to collect.
I have
so
I have
I'll be
a few
using
sets
my
that
dice.
came in little vials
cool-
like that.
cool jar.
But they
I
get
hate-
broken very easily.
I'm gonna have to take. So there's a foam sleeve. I'm gonna have to take the foam sleeve out because they put it in backwards. You're supposed to be able
Oh,
to
it's
punch out
upside
the
down.
back. So I'm gonna have to, or maybe I can have Becca do it. Take it out and then flip the box over and slide it back in.
you won't-
This is
Yeah,
like
so you don't see.
the first time I got a Legacy game where I just started opening everything that was in the box.
Exactly. I'm like, Patrick, it says to wait until session 8 to open that. Okay, so anyway, that's cool. Thank you. Thank you.
That's really cute.
For this.
I'm excited to
this
see
is-
what the
it's a
rest
cool
of them
glass,
are going to be.
Cool glass flask for the dice. Joyride, our boy Ryan Trahan, this year they had a Black Friday thing. It's one of the only Black Friday things that we got, and that was the Joyride Wheel of Doom mystery box that you could get at Target. It comes with a tiny fidget spinner Wheel of Doom.
Oh, that's fun.
Which is pretty fantastic if you watched any of the 50 states. And it comes with a trading card, one of 5 trading cards. And here's the one that we got. It's Spock, a foil Spock. which
Yeah,
is
that's
their
great.
dog. If you know who they are. So
Design is awful, but thank you.
the what?
The design is terrible.
It's not the best. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's fun. It's got a fun
fun.
idea, but it's not the coolest. I think that's everything. Tomorrow I go for my procedure. And so just next time you see me, I'll be different. And that's all we're gonna say about that. If you listen to last 2 episodes ago, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
So,
1 or 2.
That's tomorrow. Yeah, I think that's everything. I quick shout out. Watched the first 5 episodes of Pluribus. Loved it.
Yeah, I wanted to talk about
It
that.
is must watch TV. I think it's got 90 for the first 3 episodes. It had a 100% Rotten Tomatoes score. I think now it's 97%. Last I checked.
Yeah.
As more reviews have come in, very highly reviewed.
It's awesome.
By Vince Gilligan, same guy from Better Call Saul and Breaking Bad. It's fantastic. Lauren, did you have a note on that?
Yeah, I also watched the show not really knowing anything other than like it is like from the mind of Vince Gilligan and like that a lot of people had recommended and said it was good. I had no idea what the show was about. I hadn't watched the trailer, I hadn't seen a picture, nothing.
Same.
I would recommend to just do that with this show. You don't need to know anything.
Discover it.
Yeah,
Discover it.
because it's such a weird, interesting show. I don't even really want to say what the premise is.
Nope.
Like you should just like, if you like shows like Severance or kind of like Last Man on Earth or like, Silo, maybe even just a tiny pinch. I think if you like those kind of sci-fi shows that have kind of an unusual premise that just like ask some really interesting questions, sit down with this show. Cause like I had opinions that were like in the first episode that I like had one idea and I've completely changed my mind now by the 4th episode. I haven't even seen the newest
It is
one
not
yet.
scary. It's like
No, it's not scary. It's just asking really interesting questions about this very unusual sci-fi premise that just make you think. Not in a
I'd
bad
say-
way. They're really.
I'd say there's some eeriness about about the theme, but it's not. There's nothing.
But it's not scary.
Nothing's
no.
gonna jump scare you. It's not about zombies.
I just say it's a sci-fi show because of the like premise
because
of
that's
it.
what it is. Yeah, because that's what it is. Yeah.
But it's such light sci-fi. Like if you like, it's not like they're in space or
It's more
anything like that. Yeah.
cultural. It's more cultural and societal mystery than it is.
Yeah. I think that's a better way to phrase it. But I think this show is really cool. It's very interesting how popular it's gotten. Kind of with very little kind of steps to set it up the right way. Like it doesn't have a huge movie star. It doesn't have like a huge budget. It's like the guy who did Breaking Bad, which is like very popular, but it was like several years ago now. And it just like kind of dropped on Apple TV, which they don't advertise very much.
Yeah.
Like I hardly ever know when things drop on Apple TV unless it's like a show I was like, oh wow, I looked this up and they happen to be dropping soon, and so I remembered.
Yeah, so it's on Apple TV, and they are doing well with their content creation. Like general,
I think
the stuff they put out is very good.
I think it's interesting because Apple is putting out stuff that's like really, really good, but they don't advertise, and so like you just kind of have to find your way to it, and when you do, it's like such a good surprise. But it's like crazy to me how little they like. They're putting a lot of money into these shows, so like it's not like that they're not don't care. But
presumably it's working, right? Because they keep doing
I
it.
mean, so I will say like I tend to like forget Apple TV, but now this is one where I'm like, choop, like I really want to know what happens. This is a very good show. I think it will be interesting if this gets another season. I don't know if it's the type of show that will have a second season just based on what we've seen. They've said they want to do 3.
He has written it for 3 seasons.
That's super interesting. I think that this show could become something like Severance, where like if this show gets like word of mouth built up in like between the 2 seasons, that it will become something that everyone was watching as much as like Severance was, that kind of thing. But it'll be very interesting to see like the life of the show. It makes me happy to hear that there's like an ending in mind. That like gives me a lot of confidence about
he
like
says
what
it's basically has a 3-season arc in his mind.
Yeah. Very cool though. Like really interesting show. Very hooked on this one.
Yeah, and it's Patrick, we already said it's not scary.
No.
We answered that question for her.
It's on
real time.
Apple TV from chat. So that's Pluribus. Definitely check this one out.
Then the other TV show that I've started rewatching, or that we've started rewatching, we're on season 2 now, is, or maybe we even made it to season 3 already, is Mad Men. So it's such
Still
a good
never
show.
made it
Mad Men is a show where I know I should like it, and I can't make it past season 2.
I made it to
I've
season
tried
4
so many times.
twice. Haven't finished it.
How many
Yeah.
seasons are there? I don't even remember. 5, 6?
5 or
more than
6 is what I
4.
was thinking, but
12?
I don't remember.
Who knows? I did finally end up watching the end of the final 2 episodes of this series of Taskmaster, and I wanted so badly for Sanjeev to win. Spoiler if you haven't seen it yet.
That's the thing where, like, I don't really care who wins any episode or the season that
I
much.
just
like,
love his
like I root for
flippant-
people, but yeah.
He would blatantly say this is stupid and then win the task. Like
7
Yeah.
seasons.
almost.
I will
7
say,
seasons of Mad Men. Okay,
Yeah,
that feels like a bit
that's-
much.
They've crossed the line. It's too
The
much.
first 2 episodes, I'm pretty confident Sanjeev did not want to, like, actually didn't want to be there. And then for the rest of it, he kept the attitude, but he was having fun.
Well, yeah, you knew he was having fun based on how he was presenting, but man alive, that
He
was
actually
so funny.
seemed like opening the door, if you remember that, in the group task in the final episode.
Yes. Oh, that was heartbreaking.
That is
heartbreaking.
We finally saw emotion from him.
That was
when happened.
heartbreaking because they had nailed the task to the point that was beyond what Alex could have expected. He said he never expected that as an outcome, which is exactly what you want to do for this show,
Yeah.
to win the task with a way that wasn't
like-
one of the ways that could have.
It's a nat 20, perfect success.
Perfect, yeah, a critical success, and then to have it fail so miserably after the fact. Like he was cleaning up. He wasn't even doing anything with the task at that point. He was looking for sad day.
I have to
Anyway,
watch this. I'm behind a bit.
it's very funny. Oh, you haven't seen it all the way. Sorry. Just forget everything.
That's
I just
okay. I don't care.
Sanjeev
Who
may
wins
or may not
Taskmaster
win.
is not like a spoiler. Like it's watching it is what makes it interesting.
Sanjeev totally has a chance.
Yeah.
That's
worries.
I know that was a lot for me. I did want to throw this
okay.
out. I've gone long, so I'm not going to do it, but I'm just going to put this out for us to talk about next time, just so that the community can remind us. I
Yeah.
want to talk about the Garth Brooks serial killer theory.
What?
I have heard it multiple times in the last couple of weeks
No,
since
stop.
our
We
last
can't-
episode.
I want to know. I want to
we
know.
can't unwrap this
Obviously.
right now.
I know
Okay,
we're not
I'm-
going to talk about it now. So
Well, okay. So I'm actually
need-
writing this down.
I need us and the community to remind me to talk about it next
Do you
time.
think he murdered Chris Gaines?
I have to wait 2 weeks to find this out.
We're in that amount of time. You should do your research.
Okay, I'm gonna
and
do
then
my
come
own
with-
research, I
come
guess,
with
yeah.
come with your own
Garth Brooks
opinion.
is actually Chris Gaines, and Chris Gaines. How would that work?
I don't know.
They couldn't figure it out either.
Yeah. Similarly, in the Mad Men, where Dick takes over Don Draper's, he assumes his identity after he accidentally kills him on the battlefield.
Spoilers for Mad Men.
That's season 2. Come on, there's 7 seasons.
gonna be honest,
This is
I've
also a
seen that
show
season
that's
twice,
old
and I
enough
have no
that,
idea
like,
what
if
you're
you
talking
wanted
about.
to watch it, you could have. It's
You
okay.
don't remember that Don Draper isn't actually
Oh.
his actual name because he had such a
No,
terrible
I remember this.
childhood. No, Patrick just said he doesn't
Oh, sorry.
remember.
Yeah, but Lauren wants you to know that she remembers. No,
Oh no,
I've seen this
know,
twice.
Lauren remembers everything about every show,
and I
so-
don't. I've seen
I
it
didn't
this
even-
twice. I don't remember
It's
Yeah.
like one of the last things I remember watching in Mad Men.
Anyway,
because that's as far as she ever gets.
Yep.
that's all of my stuff. I know that was a lot. Lauren, just take it.
It is funny because, like, I have like a piece of paper that's like split in half for you guys, and Patrick said 2 things, and yours completely filled up to half.
Well, as Patrick was saying stuff, like I kept having things to say about stuff he was saying too. So it was like I had my stuff prepared and then another half of a list based on Patrick's stuff.
Yeah.
So I blame Patrick for half of it.
No, it's okay. I love it. It's not a bad thing. You did a great job. Okay, so
Who
I
knows
have a
if
couple
I'll
of
even
things.
have a voice after tomorrow?
We're working on it. Okay, so yeah, like I said on the last episode, it's Wicked time. I got to go see the second half. I really liked it. I did see it twice. I do think this is not as good as the first movie. I feel like all the things that I want to say that this will sound really negative, but I did like cry through half the movie. So despite having criticisms, I still like this movie. I just think like the big question was like, does this movie justify having a second half? And I don't really know that it totally did that for me. Like, we live in a world where capitalism rules, so of course there are going to be two parts to this movie, but like it isn't as successful of a movie if you're only watching the second half of this one. It feels like, you know, like this is just the ending. I didn't think the new songs were great. I've seen it twice and I can't remember one line from either of them. But like everything else is like perfect. Like the production design is awesome. The singing is beautiful. Like it looks so cool. Like again, like I was very moved by this movie, even though I'm like, well, yeah, it's not perfect. I think they just do such a good job of like getting you in this like happy space that like it kind of like ends up working a lot like of the magic that needs to happen. But like I just think like it's going to be so much more fun when you can watch these two movies together versus two separate movies. Like it really, maybe in the interest of like art, it maybe would have been a better 3-hour movie, just one. That would, I think, been fine. But we don't live in that world.
Yeah, when you can watch it where it's just an actual intermission and then pick up the second one.
Because you've seen the stage production.
Yeah, definitely.
How did you feel like it ultimately compared to the stage production?
I think it's just the difference of waiting a year to see that ending. Like,
yeah,
that ending works a lot better when you waited 10 minutes to see it versus a year. So I do wonder for people who like were only familiar with the movie and like didn't get spoiled in between if this worked better for them. Because like I definitely knew what was going to come. So, and I was kind of had all these thoughts in my head before I saw it. Like the second act of the whole play is shorter. It's not as much fun. You know, like they have like the less fun songs in this half. Like I knew all that ahead of time and was a little worried, but they were like, oh no, we're adding new songs. We're doing all this and it's a movie. So like there's a lot to add into it anyway. But I think in the end, it didn't really feel like it could have been one movie and like that probably would have been better. But in the like where it feels now that these movies were so successful that we're probably going to get some kind of sequel or prequel or like Universal Land or whatever.
Wizard of Oz.
Yeah, well, Wizard of Oz. Yeah, I also saw that they want to do like a Alice in Wonderland movie musical that Universal is working on next. So it just feels like this is what they want to do. So like I get why these decisions were made 100%. But yeah, I'm like I said, I'm really looking forward to just getting to sit and watch both of them together as one longer experience that versus like two movies that are like halves.
Joe, what's his name? Joey?
John M. Chu.
John M. Chu.
Yeah.
Has said he would like to develop what happens with Elphaba and Fiyero in the after story.
I just don't think that's interesting. Sorry.
No, it's fine.
I think like if
you're
yeah. Like what would be the? I think it just kind of sucks because
he has
like
gone on record as saying he wants to explore.
Light spoilers for Wicked, a 20-year-old show. But like I think it would be really hard to do a sequel because it's only gonna be Glinda or it's Elphaba. It can't be both. If you take that away, I think it kind of ruins the original. So I just don't, like it kind of feels like what are you doing? Like and like I don't care what's outside of Oz really. Like
I'd love to see what happens with the wizard after all of this.
Yeah, but that's why to me like the Glinda story is maybe the one that's a little more interesting to take if you're gonna take one, but I don't really want one without the other.
I was setting myself up for a joke. I'm not going to tell that joke. It is the second movie's just not as fun. I mean, it is a darker film, both thematically but I think my biggest struggle was actually just that like the season of Arrested Development where everybody filmed their part individually. So you watch like each episode and they're by themselves. Season 4. That's how the movie felt because it seems like large chunks of the movie people aren't together. When in the first film they're at school.
Didn't they shoot it all at the same time though? From what I remember.
No, there's not like it's just a story reason. It's not like a real reason. But I'm saying in the first film they're in school together, so they're in their classroom together and they're in the cafeteria together and they go do things together. In this film, they're all very like away from each other.
You are right. Yeah, the first one is like me and all my friends singing this awesome song together, and the next one is like I'm sad in my lonely tower with monkeys.
And now I'm sad over here in my tower, and I'm sad over here in my tower.
Yeah.
So that's the part that was tough for me watching this film. I mean, ultimately, I enjoyed it. I think it will be better watched with the first one.
That's what I
Taking
think.
a
I'm like,
break
I'm
to
so
watch it.
excited for that experience. Unfortunately, we can't have it all at once. But I think that's a really like successful version, like, you know, adaptation of the musical. I think it's great.
But Figaro,
Figaro,
I
yeah.
understand it was practical with CG on top of it. I hated it.
It was bad.
whatever
Okay,
his look was.
I'm also
was
just
awful.
I will give them this caveat. I've seen pictures of him like in the makeup on set that looks so much better than it does
Yes.
in the movie. I
Yeah.
don't know what happened between there and then where I'm like, oh, now I kind of get what you were going for. But what is shown on screen in the movie is heinous.
Somebody
Hate
over-engineered it and
Yes.
pushed it into the world of Uncanny Valley.
To
They
the
tried-
point
they tried
where
to make him too,
Piero
like,
is almost
pretty
cut
boy.
out of
Yeah.
the movie because they're like, we cannot keep showing this.
It's
No.
pretty bad. And I have seen some of like the test shots
Yeah, and it looks
of him in the
good.
chair, and I'm like, oh, that actually looks good. That looks like burlap, and it looks like straw, and like not. Yeah, I've seen
Whatever we
this
got was
multiple
not
times
bad.
talking
Yeah.
about how it looks like Ryan Reynolds. Have you
I don't
seen
know
those,
what
those
that-
memes?
The Deadpool.
I have seen the like picture and I agree, but like I
Yeah.
don't know why that is. I mean, it's clearly him. Like
No. The
Yeah.
question isn't, is this Ryan Reynolds? Just why did they take Fierro and have him end up looking just like Ryan Reynolds? He doesn't even look like a straw man. He just looks like Ryan Reynolds. Like with
Well,
this.
and that's
Yeah.
my issue is that he, like the Tin Man, I thought looked awesome.
Yeah, I was gonna say I really liked his design.
But that made Fierro look even worse because, again, the behind the scenes stuff is fine. But for some reason on screen, whatever they did to touch it up
Yeah,
digitally,
Yeah.
it just looks like it doesn't look practical. It looks like really poor, like first pass CG.
Yeah.
And I wish he didn't. I wish I didn't try to keep so many of his features. I wish he just looked more kind of rough and ragged and
Yeah.
straw and like.
I think
Yeah.
literally just like painting
so
his nose, like
smooth.
kids
It's
do
also
on Halloween,
smooth.
where they just like paint on the stitches and stuff, would have been better
Yeah.
than what we
Than
got.
what we got,
You
yeah.
couldn't
You
even
know, like-
tell in the movie that his nose was the darker color like it was in the
Yeah,
original.
yeah.
You couldn't even tell in the film. I had to see the test shots to realize,
Yeah.
oh, okay, they did throw homages to the original.
Right.
But it felt like it was lost completely on the big screen.
Anyway,
on
that hurt
on
me.
one positive note on that, I will say I really liked how they did like the military uniform into the straw version, where
Yes.
like the little like braided parts were all then made of straw. Like I did think
Yeah.
the clothes looked really cool, but
Sure.
the makeup was yikes.
But I think
yeah.
that Fierro, I liked him a lot in the first film. He might have been who I least liked the least in this film.
It was
And-
really funny because during Thanksgiving we started watching the original Wizard of Oz because it was like a kids safe movie for the little kids to watch, and I was like, every time Tin Man's on screen, I'm like, I freaking hate this guy. Don't listen to him.
But I think Bach had the big glow up. Like from movie 1 to movie 2, I thought his character was awesome.
Well,
And
but
and
he's
Boeing-
like an awful
Boeing Yang-
person. Like,
Bo and
Yeah,
Yang
but
just
his-
got left out of the film.
He did get left out. No, and I understand that he's bad, but like he played that great.
I
Like,
will say,
he's enthralled.
Ethan Slater's that guy's name. He's like, my last chance on screen. I'm making every second count. I'm singing. I'm
Yeah.
doing it. I'm acting. And I've also said he's in the second season of Gen V as like a very different type of part. And I'm like, this guy's a very good actor. I would like to see him.
Well, he
in
also
more
plays
stuff.
SpongeBob historically. So.
Were you sad that with
I know. I
Elphaba
think
and
that's why I had
Fierro-
kind of like it's SpongeBob. Like,
Were you sad we didn't get full frontal with Fierro and Elphaba?
yeah, very sad. I do think the cardigan was another weird choice, but yeah.
I
That was also weird because, like, I've seen Bridgerton. Jonathan Bailey has a lot of chemistry with women. There was no chemistry in that scene.
Jonathan Bailey. That is a specimen of a man.
Yeah.
That's hilarious, Patrick.
That is very
I
funny.
Don't know why you didn't say that out loud. It's very good. That's a little
But yeah,
hard for me
I
to
did
move
like
on
the
from.
movie. I
my biggest
sobbed
issue-
through several musical numbers. It was very good.
Yeah, I
also.
cried a couple times, but let me say what was my biggest issue with the film. I had several issues with it, but my biggest
that's
issue
fair.
with the film is I am so over the like the publicity stuff that they've been doing, the promotions they've been doing for the last year. I'm so over Cynthia Erivo and Ariana Grande's relationship outside of here. It genuinely, they play it up as if it's this wholesome sisterly love, but it honestly feels toxic to me when I'm watching it. It feels very codependent, this relationship that actually bled into the movie for me. I'm like, oh gosh, I'm like remembering as I'm seeing them on screen together, I'm remembering interviews that they're doing that are just so cringy to me. And so genuinely, I think it got too much publicity, and their interactions off screen made it a bridge too far. Also,
it was also a very essentially a year-long plus press tour.
That's what I'm saying.
Like, it was before the other movie started till now.
We saw too much of them you know what I mean? I think it ruined it for me. But we had to see it in shifts. Becca went and saw it while I watched Daphne, and then I literally drove to the theater and put Daphne into Becca's car, and then I went in and I watched it. So it wasn't the best viewing experience because you don't get to experience it with the people. So I know that I had a little bit of a handicap going into it.
At least so you got to like talk about it together like right afterwards. Like that is nice.
It was the best. Really, it was the best chance we had at giving to it, but it was not as good. It was not as good. Yeah.
I think it's just tough because like it can't stand alone as a movie. Like it needs the first half to have any substance, and so like that's always tough in a 2-part movie. Like it should have some of its own bearing, in my opinion, if you're gonna bother to split it into 2 parts.
Yeah.
It's just a pet peeve I have about 2-part movies.
We wouldn't have got that Bubble song.
That's
true.
Sure. Now, I think one of my favorite parts of the film was the cinematography of the girl in the bubble song.
It was very beautiful.
Like,
everything was mirror image, and it would go into the mirror and then rotate. Like that was actually
showing you like actually change and become the other girl.
I loved the not just like the meaning behind it, but the visuals of them going from her to seeing her in the mirror, then to going into the mirror, and then seeing her reflection back that they just came from, and then the sets, she would go to the opposite sides of the sets when that would happen. If you paid attention, like so smart, the cinematography of that scene.
Yeah, I think it was the director of photography, the DP. He did a breakdown of it. You can find it on YouTube, and he walks through all the meaning behind the shots for that scene.
Yeah.
I thought that was the better of the 2 new songs for sure. But they didn't leave much of an impression, not compared to like the original songs.
Yeah. It is funny because the subject matter feels very current day. Mm-hmm. And the person we saw it with does not know the stage show. And so they thought that it was like, was that just written? Was it written because of what's going on in the world?
I mean, I felt like they, at least compared to
the stage
Injustice
show, is an evergreen thing.
Yeah.
I will say the stage show doesn't emphasize some of that stuff as much, but the book does. So it felt like it still made a lot of sense to me. And it's all there. It kind of felt like, oh, you're going to make this now a 5-hour story. You better talk about some of this stuff.
You better bring in some of the book stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I'd probably give it a 7 out of 10. Whereas I think I gave Wicked a 9.5 out of 10 or something like that.
Yeah, I think I'm pretty much on the same page. It's one of those things too where I'm like, I know we just complained about it for quite a while, but like I really still liked it, and I'm gonna watch it again because like it's just fun.
Yeah, I think I told Mackenzie I would give it like a 6.5 or a 7.
So it sounds like
that's fair.
Yeah,
we're all in agreement. Which again, I think it's the 3rd time ever that we've all agreed on something. That's
Kreider
crazy.
disagrees, but anyway.
Wicked, bringing people together for good.
Kreider disagrees.
I'm just kidding. I don't know.
Oh, I was like,
I can't see
Kreider,
it.
give us your score.
Okay.
Okay, so I had a couple other things that I'll keep it short though. So while Dimension 20 is basically on hiatus, I've been trying very hard to get into Critical Role. Brennan started hosting the latest season, so I am trying to watch the streams. I've tried to do this before and just really could not get into the show, and I feel dumb because like I don't know why this is different than any other D&D show, and I watch a lot of them. I like, like obviously I like D&D. I think all the people are funny and everything, and so like I don't know why I find this one not engaging, more of
a slog.
Yeah, I genuinely feel like that. Like, I think the new story is interesting, but I get distracted so easily while I'm watching the show. Like, and I'll tune it out like utterly, and so it's really bad, and I can't like to the point where I'm not even like I don't have any idea what happened, and it's been quite a minute. So like I don't know if I'm gonna make it all the way through campaign 4 because they're like 4-hour episodes.
Do you think it's because it's not as visual?
I do. Yeah, I definitely think that doesn't help. Like, and like Dimension 20 is edited. So like, there's not like the, like where you have to plan stuff or like count your, your math and all that stuff. Like, all that kind of thing. Yeah, so I've been really, really trying, but I do feel like it's a slog. So I've also though tried to watch their new series that they put on Amazon, the animated one. So Mighty Nine is out now, which is like their second campaign, the animated version. They have Vox Machina out. That's for a while now. It's on its 3rd season, which I didn't realize the 3rd season had come out. So I'm also catching up on that in between the new episodes. And I'm already like, everyone has told me when I like was saying that I haven't watched Critical Role, but I like D&D, that I should watch campaign 2 because it's the best one. And I can immediately see why after these first 3 episodes. I think the animation is cool. The story's really cool. These characters are awesome. Like, I think it's just like, it's not that I didn't like Vox Machina either. It's just like, oh, I'm hooked right away versus it took me almost all of season 1 to really get invested in Vox Machina. And I'll give them credit that show has gotten better and better as seasons go on. And it like, so like that's a good thing. And it was their first one, but it's just different. I feel like it's a lighter campaign. Like the kind of characters are playing, like it's just like not as deep. This one seems like a lot more like just rich and juicy, frankly. I'm really excited to kind of see where this one goes. I'm sorry, I understand why this is like the favorite one. So yeah, we're just gonna keep going, try and stick it out, and I'll let you know if I make it through campaign 4.
Good luck. And
I'm
Godspeed.
already way behind,
I couldn't do it.
Yeah,
I love Brennan, but
I know.
I think their play, it's too serious.
It is really serious also. Like there's no levity in between to like take a break from it.
And they get into the weeds of things more.
Yeah.
Like Brennan, when he's hosting for D20, it will definitely, he will take some broad strokes. There's no such thing as a broad stroke with a Critical Role. They play probably more like how we play, which is, okay, I'm going to explore every possible thing. Yeah, it's so boring.
Yeah, but I do think that's true. Like it feels like less cinematic or like, like D20 is like a lot more like time sensitive. It feels like they're aware more of like what they're trying to achieve. Yeah.
So the difference between an on rails game and an open world game. Like that one's just
which is maybe like more engaging when you're playing it, versus watching it. I think
it's not as immersive to watch it. For sure.
Because like you said, we do this during D&D games for real, and I don't find it boring. So like, I don't know why it's different here when they have these like nice, talented people doing this thing, and I just don't know why it doesn't click the same way. But I'm glad that I'm at least like now. Will like kind of know more about this because like I see so many people dressed up for this at Comic Cons, and like especially because like Dimension 20 is like the second most popular D&D show. At all the like meetups I'm at for that, like there's always people talking about that, or like a mixture of both. So like I would like to know more. I wish that I liked this. Like,
who's better,
like Madman? I wish that I
Role
liked
fans
it.
or D20 fans? Just kidding. I know you're not going to choose. Said who's better, D20 fans or Critical Role fans?
Oh, I mean, I don't.
You're not going to answer that. You don't have to answer that.
I was like, I shouldn't answer this on air.
You have too many friends in both camps. You can't say that.
But it's all good. I think both are good. It's just that like I prefer one over the other. Like it's totally fine. I'm glad that like people like this one as much as they do, and it's like because it's fun. Like D&D is great. So the more the merrier.
Yeah. All right. Is that everything for you around the table?
That is everything. Yeah. I'll see.
Okay. Well, on that note, then let's head over into our master categories. Master categories. Each episode is when we talk about the dice we rolled the week before. Those give us our categories. We then pick our topics based on those categories. We'll end with yours, Lauren, since there may be a point where Patrick disconnects for just a moment, potentially in that conversation. So, Patrick, why don't you start us off?
Yes. Okay. Lady and the Dale. I have a 20. I can talk about whatever I want to. This is
in your face, Lauren.
4-part docuseries.
I was going to give him shit for not saying the Lady and the Dale because you didn't bother to re-record the intro.
It's fine. This is a 4-part docuseries from 2021. and it's talking about Elizabeth Carmichael. The setup for this, when you first get into the series, and by the way, each episode's about an hour long, and this is available on HBO Max. The setup for this is referring to the Dale automobile. This was a car company that was, or the car company that created Dale, that was started right in the midst of the gas crisis in the 1970s. And this was meant to be a car that would get 80 miles to the gallon. It was a three-wheeler, a futuristic design. And in fact, one of the cars was actually featured on The Price is Right. I think that might be literally the first scene of the first episode is showing the, and you win this Dale automobile. Now, it turns out that the Dale not only was never produced, even though they were selling pre-orders for it, but it turns out they nothing was ever in production. Only 3 cars were ever made. 2 of them were prototypes, non-running. One of them was running, but it was basically a cobbled together kit car. And so ultimately Elizabeth Carmichael was sued for trying to bilk people out of money and not actually produce anything. But as the series goes on, what you find out is that this wasn't Elizabeth Carmichael's first venture. And actually, Liz Carmichael was not born Liz Carmichael. Liz Carmichael was born a man and had a series of other serial entrepreneur, but let's just say like serial lying and bilking people out of money throughout their life.
Con man.
So,
Roy,
absolute con man.
Roy, what's his name? Roy, the guy that stole the McDonald's idea. Roy.
Oh, I see. Yeah, I don't remember his name right now. Sorry, Ray
Kroc.
is his
Ray
name.
Kroc.
Yeah,
That's
Ray
it,
Kroc.
not Roy. Yeah, Ray Kroc.
Not Roy at all. Whenever you say Roy, I just
At all. It's just one letter different. It's not like I didn't call him Carl.
or Dave or whatever.
Scott McDonald.
Julie.
But what makes this interesting, because watching just someone that like is a serial steal from people, not really an uplifting story. You're not really rooting for that person, right?
No.
But what makes this story interesting is that their transition from male to female appears to be a 100% genuine transition. But because they were a con person, no, I can't say con man now, because they were a liar.
Now they're a con woman.
People attributed their transition into being a female to being Liz as being part of the con. And most people could never separate that. It became either this is legitimate, and so they are a legitimate person, meaning that their automobile company is a legitimate attempt, or people would say, well, the automobile company's a absolute fraud, so therefore their transition is a fraud. So like people were unable to like decouple those and see one as being legitimate and one as not being that way. And that's what
tough.
makes this whole story fascinating, is listening to how people reported about it, talked about it, how they wove the sexuality into the trial, and how the person was ultimately treated. And again, they were very clearly defrauding people. There is no doubt that they would like, if they could have taken money off of you, they would have taken money off of you, jumped in their car and just gone the next town over and taken money from the next person.
Yeah.
But their transition, by all accounts, was genuine. They lived as a female for decades. They literally went to Mexico to have surgery, and like it was a real part of their life. But again, media could not decouple that, and most people could not decouple that from their judgment. And that's what makes the story worth watching. So anyway, you look like you want to ask a question, Andrew.
It's a question that parlays into another thought about this idea, though. So if you were going to round that out, there's something you said that triggered a thought.
Well, yeah. So it's it's a 4-part series. Each series is like just shy, or each episode is just shy of an hour. I do recommend it. There is a twist right at the very end of the 4th episode, like in the last 8 minutes. There's a wild twist, and I've been sitting here debating if I wanted to tell you what it was or not.
No.
But I enough feel like this is worth a watch that I do not want to like spoil this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So watch it. It's
I'm
only
gonna have
4
some
episodes.
downtime in the next 48 hours.
It's on HBO Max, and get ready because you're gonna text me in those last 10 minutes when like this twist hits.
Okay.
But anyway, fascinating tale of deceit and truth and how we can decouple those. But The Lady
Sounds
and
really
the
interesting.
Dale. Go ahead, Andrew.
So there's a lot of crossover, not in the defrauding or anything like that. There's a lot of crossover between that and the film Will and Harper. If you've not watched Will and
I
Harper
haven't
yet,
seen it yet. It's the one with Will, and Harper.
yep,
I
Will.
could
It's
not-
Will
I
Ferrell.
cannot remember Will Ferrell's last name, but I would just say Will. But it's about his friend Harper. It's the Netflix documentary. I have not seen it yet.
Yes. Okay. There's lots. So Will or Harper, I can't remember what her name was when she identified as a male, but she was the head writer of. You've heard her name as the head writer of SNL for years and years and years, and so they were always considered the funny guy and the sarcastic guy and blah 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 blah. Well, then they went through a very real transition. They left their wife. They got a divorce. They have a daughter, and had this full transition and became Harper, who they identified more as. And so the movie is all about this road trip where they're driving across the country, Will and Harper, him getting to know Harper now as a person, because they're having this hard time with people believing that it's a real thing for her because they were always the funny one. And so now it's like, is this just a big joke? So there's lots of things like, can you decouple the reality of a person, how a person identifies with what they do either as a job or what they do, with their actions. So very similar thing. Now the vibe is very different. This is very heartfelt. It's a funny, heartfelt movie on Netflix. Beautiful, a beautiful portrayal of what it looks like to be a friend to somebody who has gone through a difficult transition in their life and all these things. But sounds like there's some similarities there. You should watch it.
Yeah.
If
For
you
sure.
like
That's such
that
an
show.
interesting question because I was like, yeah, if it's a comedian who transition because they tell jokes, this is a joke that doesn't like add up to me. But like someone who is a like serial liar and like pretending to be someone else, potentially to like make money, and I'm like, yeah, that makes more sense of why you're questioning it. Like,
Yeah, it's not so much the questioning as much
yeah,
as
yeah,
it
yeah.
is-
No.
it's
I'm
the
just like,
it's the
I'm just thinking
acceptance
out
of it.
loud. Like, yeah.
It's more about the people in her life accepting that she is now a she and all these different things. And because everything was a joke before, right? Like,
Yeah.
and the seriousness of, please don't call me a he anymore. Don't refer to me as him anymore. All these things, like I'm being very serious about this thing when I've been very funny and open about my, comedy all these years prior to that. It's it's really good.
There is a moment, we'll discuss this more once you've seen it, but there is a moment in The Lady and the Dale where they have someone that's a historian, but they're specifically a historian in regards to trans people and trans culture. And so as the story's been told, they're also every now and then they'll cut back to this person and they'll be talking about it through the lens of like history and why these things are meaningful. Oh, and by the way, I should call out, you mentioned Alice in Wonderland earlier, and I was thinking about Kolb's book. You know, like the art style for Kolb's Alice in Wonderland?
Yeah, that like mosaic or collage. Not
Collage. That's the art style inside this documentary. So whenever they're doing like instead of doing like animated bits or whatever, well, I guess they are animated, but I'm saying it's that collage style, which is very interesting. Yeah. But I will say at one point they do try to break down the why. Like, why is it so hard for people to get? And I still don't think they gave a good answer. I mean, that their answer was that it's too difficult for a person to believe a man would choose to behave as a woman because a woman is like has it tougher or is like seen as less of a person or
why choose the harder path is
why
the question.
So that's how they boil it down to, is that's the root of a lot of people's issues, is just the fact that it's specifically male to female. I don't know if that specifically resonates with me, but it would be interesting for you to watch this and then see what you pull out of it. So that was the one thing that, like, of all the stuff that was being said, I found it very interesting and it resonated very well. That was the one thing that just didn't click. Like, I don't, in terms of like some essence for the why.
You didn't have a
Well,
hard
like
time
I
getting
understand like the thought, but I don't just don't agree. You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
So I
Yeah.
would lean more towards what you were saying, Lauren, in this case of it's really easy to doubt it because this person's lying about everything else. Why wouldn't they also lie about this? Right. So,
Yeah.
but the reality is people have problems with people transitioning even that aren't serial liars. And
Yeah.
so then
Yeah.
so then it's what's their issue for that part. So don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that the root is always the same. In this case, I think it was just a combination of culture plus their backstory. But it is really fascinating. And it does, in a weird way, for someone that was so consistently deceitful, it still makes you understand, oh, humans are complex and humans can be very deeply genuine and true about one thing while also being very underhanded about something else. And one doesn't like negate or invalidate the other. And so you could see someone as almost being a positive role model for this thing in their life while simultaneously realizing how negative their influence is for some other thing. Like, it doesn't have to all be one or all be the other.
Man.
But again, within her life, most people tend to take a side and just skew everything to that side. So
Yeah, that's...
And in reviews, you see that as well. I will say, like, if you read reviews of this, critics
Wild
tend to
swings
say
of the pendulum.
Yes, critics tend to say very positive things. I think it's like 100% on Rotten Tomatoes and stuff. But it's like 50% audience score. And
Interesting.
Everybody is just like, I was
Well,
reading
it probably
through,
has to do with like people's opinions of the subject more than
and
like
I was reading through Reddit threads
objective.
and stuff like that, and people tend to take it like, I believe everything the person says, I believe nothing the person says, and there's not a lot of people that can live in that.
It's
like,
just a
middle
bunch
area.
of reviews from J.K. Rowling. Like, it's just all...
She hired bots to write all these
J.K.
reviews.
Rowling. J-K Rowling.
K.J.
Okay.
Rowling.
All right, Andrew,
I saw a
let's
really
just-
funny, like, I think it was like a comedian or like commentator being like, you know, it's interesting because like J.K. Rowling has all these opinions about this, but like usually the reason that an author adopts a name like that when they're writing, like J.K. Rowling, is so that no one will know that you're a woman, and like, because like male authors tend to sell better, whatever. Like, it's stupid,
Oh,
but
is
it's
that
like,
for real?
so yeah, like that's like a statistic. So like, that's part of the reason she chose to go by that name instead of like, you know, her full name as a writer. And it's like, so you kind of chose this identity for a reason. Do you think there's any validity to that?
Oh, there's so many
Yeah.
memes out there that we could spend an hour talking about.
I just thought it was a good point that I hadn't really like thought about
Yeah.
myself, but yeah.
All right, so for all the time I took up during the Around the Table, I will make up for it by being very brief with my master category. But brevity does not negate the coolness of what I'm getting ready to show you. I got travel, and I am shoehorning this in like a freaking champ. Because the name of this book that I'm getting ready to talk about is Alphabet in Motion.
and things that travel are in motion.
Yes, that is the connection.
Did he pay you to say that, Patrick? Like,
No, that was the natural. My
just
synapse is
felt like
fired,
it.
and that's what I came up with.
Yes. I backed this on Kickstarter a year and a half ago, I believe, thereabouts. It finally came in. And what I'm talking about is a book called, like I said, Alphabet in Motion by Kelly Anderson. It's Kelly with an I, Anderson. And she has authored, I believe, 2 other books. But what make her books special is not so much the content of what she's writing, although she's a good author, but the way she presents the information is what takes it up a notch. She is a pop-up book connoisseur and has become kind of an expert in this field. And she has what's the word I'm looking for? She's innovated. She's created new pop-up structure like functionalities that have never been in other publications
That's really cool.
for this book.
She's a trailblazer.
She's a trailblazer, and she and I got to hear a lot. There'll be a link in the show notes. I'll send it to you, Lauren. Adam Savage had her on tested last week, 2 weeks ago, when the book came out for public consumption. And so I got to hear all about like how it was made and everything. She's fascinating, but I'm going to show you.
I just want one thing that's not related to this.
Yes.
I was trying to think of a word the other day.
Okay.
And it was driving me crazy.
Yes.
And I asked Sirith. I don't want to say their full name because they'll start listening to me right now.
Yeah, they're not listening now for sure.
Yeah, for sure. Even though we're recording this.
I said
on a live stream.
So let's take Trailblazer. I say, give me synonyms for Trailblazer because I wanted to think of a very specific word.
That was the actual word you asked for synonyms for.
No.
Okay.
But I'm giving an example right now. Because I just had this moment where if I didn't think of the word, my head was going to explode. And I expected synonyms. But what I got is Trailblazer. Blazing trails. To blaze trails. Trails ablaze. It was like that. Like that's what I got.
Yeah.
Instead of just
One
like
who blazes trails.
it's just like, give me another word. What are you doing? You can't just say.
Don't say the same word in different ways.
It was so infuriating. Thankful. I never figured out the word I was trying to say. Thankfully, I don't know. I got distracted.
Until this day, it haunts
ADHD
you.
took over, and it was one of those situations where it actually helped you move on.
And then a week
Like,
later,
just
you remembered
jingled some keys, and I
mid-podcast
was
and
like,
cut off Andrew to talk about it.
Yeah. Don't worry, you will remember the word in 3 weeks when we do this again, and you'll say it in the middle of something that's totally unrelated. I know
what
the
was
word.
your word?
You remember the word.
Okay, so I'm going to show you this book. Take me full screen, Patrick. Take me
Pioneer.
full screen.
I want to
Pioneer.
know the word you were thinking of.
Pioneer is a good word. Yeah, that's a good word.
I feel like it's not the word though.
I didn't have a specific word. I
okay.
I had a thematically I knew
You
what
had
I
a
wanted to
concept
convey.
of a word. I got
Yes, yeah. And Trailblazer was great. Pioneer is great.
Yeah.
It was both of those were better than Innovator, which is
One
what
who
I think I
blazes
said.
trails.
Yeah. One who blazes trails. All right, I'm going to show you not in depth because in a second you'll see why. I'm not going to show you everything in this book. I think you should get this for yourself. But
you. Is it an adult book?
yeah, you can only see 3 pages, otherwise it's not safe for work. Here's the book, Alphabet in Motion. Here is
already
how
love this.
thick this book
Oh
is.
my goodness.
I already
Phone book
love
here.
this.
I know you're going to love this, Patrick. I have been waiting with bated breath to show you this on the podcast. All right, here's what the book does. Everything from I can't do it. Doing this backwards is impossible.
Oh, the
to
book
Z.
broke.
Oh
I
wow.
love this so much.
Right? It's very this. If you're just listening on the podcast, you're missing this. You're just missing it because this is a very visual.
We will.
medium.
I'll try and describe though that it has like moving parts that literally were the little letter A to begin with, and then move one thing over, and it went to Z. Very
Yeah.
cool.
So,
Calling this a pop-up book is unfair so far.
you'll see why it's a pop-up.
Well, he hasn't
book.
opened it yet.
It's a pop. I would say it's a pop-up book plus. Pop-up
Yeah, it's
plus.
Pop-up plus.
It's a book with interactive elements.
Yes, that pop-up.
Physically,
It's good that you're saying that because there is actual content to take in. So this book is about what the alphabet is and how letters are formed, and it is very. It tells
so
you.
good.
It tells you the history of fonts and what make fonts unique
who
and the
designed
different.
this book?
She designed this book.
lady.
Kelly Anderson designed this book.
So to be clear, she creates the mechanisms and she designed the book.
100%. She's a freaking
She
rock
is
star.
Crazy.
really
So here's the
really,
first.
really
Here's
cool.
A.
Ooh.
Yeah. For
So
Eiffel
it's like
Tower.
that, like an Eiffel Tower kind of pop up.
Gosh, this is really impossible to try to show. No, for
really
ancient.
cool.
you
though.
drop this book, will it just shatter into 1,000 pieces?
I can tell you, it probably
Never
can't
put it
withhold
back again.
a ton of wear and tear, because it's all paper, baby. It walks you through the letters. I would love to show you B because B is really cool, but I don't
you
know
would
how
say
I
that-
could physically do it.
That A that popped up was about 20 inches.
No, it was about.
You would say it was about 20 inches.
I think you would say it's about 20 inches.
Yeah.
It's about 7 inches. Yeah.
A respectable 7.
There you go. It's a respect. Thank you, Lauren. A respectable 7. Some might say, better than average. I can't fully show you how B functions because it would be impossible for me to do all of this and
This
talk
is
you through
very
it.
cool though.
But
Yeah.
it talks about how original typesetting, there was no smoothing. Like it was all bit. and there was no smoothing.
Interesting.
So it actually, you fold through multiple versions of the bee. This is the original bee. What you just saw was the final bee. The original bee, I'm trying to get this to... Doing this one-handed, I'm realizing I need someone to help. But
it's like you're seeing a pixelated bee, but...
yes.
Oh my gosh, that's so cool.
It actually transitions from a pixelated bee into a smoothed bee.
This is insane.
It's very insane.
It doesn't do every letter, does it?
It does every letter.
It said A to Z, Patrick. Why would you
Here's
skip
E.
one?
Here's E.
Is
And
there
it
like
runs
an
through
eye chart?
the font weights and stuff, and how she designed this piece. It's actually not glued at all. She said you could completely deconstruct this if you wanted to. It would just be a real pain in the ass.
By the way,
to put it
we're
back together.
seeing a
That's
3D
crazy.
cube of 25 E's right
Yes.
now.
There's
wait,
like
is that
layers,
correct?
though. It's really cool.
It's
Five
something like
ti-
that, yeah.
Or no, it'd be 25 times 5, wouldn't it be 125?
Yeah,
Is that
times
right?
Yeah,
five.
and it's actually each one is double-sided, so
So 121
I can't do that
E's.
math.
Oh, nope.
there's no way to know. You can't time something by 2.
250.
This
like-
one is really cool. This, you actually pop out the pieces and build a 3-dimensional F.
This is really cool.
Uh-huh.
That would be a one-time use for me. So this is like a legacy game.
It's kind of a legacy game, yeah. This, I can't show you because it's impossible, but you put your phone in this front part here, and,
Yeah,
and you put your
shadow.
flashlight on, and you then cycle this like an old, it's a part of an old printing process. And so she teaches you about the printing process in the books. I realize I don't know if I'm talking into the microphone, but the light shines through and it creates these J's, these different font versions of J's that then cast
Oh.
onto the wall or the ceiling, however you want to do it.
That's crazy.
I'll show you one more because this one's freaking cool. So you asked about, is it every letter? Yes, it's every letter. This is impossible. Here's how she addresses some
Please
of the
don't drop
letters.
it.
Here's how she addresses some of the letters. Here's the M,
Yeah.
and then you slide this to make it an N.
Ah, okay,
See that?
great.
And it talks through the
like-
different styles of this. When you pull the book open, the outside walls of it, like the downpipes,
they can
get
go out,
thicker and thinner. And she explains the difference of like font weights and things. So that's how she addresses some of them. So I'm gonna cut all the way to the end. Like I said, it's not just a pretty book. It also is informative. So much so that if you want to do a deep dive, each of the letters is color coded. If you want to do a deep dive, I'm going to set this over. The back of the book is actually a second solo book. And this book,
What?
this book opens up and is color coded based on the letter that you're wanting to learn more about. And it dives into like multiple pages about fonts and how that letter came to be and different versions of that. And like deep historical look at design of those particular letters. And this book comes out and you can read this on its own. But it slides very nicely into the back of this hard, like translucent plastic backer. It just slides back here into its own place and becomes one full
It looks
volume.
like a Trapper Keeper on steroids.
Yes.
Yeah.
That,
That's insane, though. That's really, really cool. Great pick.
that, my friends, we just traveled through a world of emotions because
And what's the name of that book?
this one's still Alphabet in Motion. It's just the back half of
Alphabet
it.
in Motion.
Yeah.
And you said this was on Kickstarter, so we cannot purchase one?
It is now available in public. That's why I was saying I've been waiting to talk about it until people can actually pick it up. It is now available in bookstores. That's what it looks like when it's in the sleeve. So from A to Z,
Nice.
and that's the side. It's just, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Can you like it, every
Beautiful.
element of this is designed to the nth degree, and it's just absolutely gorgeous. The book weighs like 12 pounds. Like it's it's weighty.
Yeah, it looks big.
But not for kids. This isn't a kid's pop-up book, but certainly
It's
under
funny that
supervision.
you
I
say
definitely
that
thought it was
because
going to be too because it's like an alphabet book.
I pulled this up on Amazon. So right now, $75 is $10 off. No, it's $85 if you buy it from the publisher, and you should buy it straight from the publisher. But
you should.
the first comment on Amazon is, I bought this for my 10-year-old daughter for her birthday. So I do love that you said this is not for kids. The first person bought it for their kid.
Good
Like
for them.
1 star bought this
know
for
what?
my 10-year-old.
Yeah, exactly.
Destroyed it in 5 seconds.
Yeah.
It's not Fortnite.
Waste of money.
It's like it's like part art book, part like research book, right?
Yeah.
Like it's genuinely
Reference
a
book.
beautiful crossroads of those things. So I'm looking forward to reading through more about fonts. I love learning about fonts, and it makes me just even if this book can make me even 10% more pretentious, that's all I'm looking for. When I'm dealing with other designers. You can take me off of full screen now. We're good.
Just you
Oh,
for
I
the
like
rest of the
that.
episode.
Yeah. Art, Alphabet in Motion by Kelly Anderson. Please, if you know any designer in your life and you have them on your Christmas list and you've not yet shopped for them, fantastic, very unique, beautiful thing that you can buy for them, and they will be absolutely thrilled. Hands down, I have no doubts they would love this book. Any designer would love this book, and it should be on your shelf. And yeah, support the actual creator. She has 2 other books that have similar things. This is her most ambitious so far, but if you like the uniqueness of how she designs things and how she incorporates the pop-up nature and the interactive nature into the actual writing of the book, she has 2 other ones, so you can pick up those as well. But anyway, Kelly Anderson, Alphabet in Motion. Go check it out. All right, Lauren,
Nicely
close
done.
us out.
All right. I want to talk about Stranger Things because I got TV. Best week to get TV is Thanksgiving because you have time to watch stuff and there's usually new things. So after many, many years of waiting, we are finally back in Hawkins, Indiana. And I'm really happy to say that this feels like such a triumphant return. I was feeling kind of nervous, honestly, going into this season because it felt like they had a lot on their shoulders. It felt like season 4 left them with a lot of stuff to do. And, you know, they have like, what is it, like 10 episodes, I think, for the season. And so it's like, it felt like they had a lot of ground to cover, you know, for the last season. But I'm really, really, really pleasantly surprised with how much I liked these episodes. I feel like we're really back in stride with like all the things that I used to like about the show more. Because like the last season really just also wasn't for me. Like I thought it was like a bummer that they were all separated. The like Russia storyline wasn't that good. Like, it's definitely to me not the strongest season, so it felt like okay, like I want to be excited about the show, but I'm a little nervous, and I feel like we are in good hands now. It felt like even like it's 4 episodes that they dropped in this first batch, and it was like really surprising to me how much stuff happens in those 4 episodes. It felt like in another situation this could have been a full season of TV in those 4 episodes of like all the stuff that happens. So I will say I know that they are all like an hour and a half long, so they had a lot of runway to achieve that. But I think they used their time well. The episodes don't feel really long or like I'm dragging through it. There was more stuff where I was like, oh wait, we have more. Like we've already seen so much stuff. Like that was more like where I was coming from when I was like seeing that there was like still more episodes. But like I think that they're checking in on a lot of things from earlier seasons that like I didn't think they would frankly have time for in this season, but they're being brought back in really like fun ways and interesting ways, kind of checking in with characters that I'm kind of like my parents, for instance, have like a decent role in this first part. And like, I kind of just wrote them off. Like they haven't been involved in the story. I didn't really need to know anything else that happens to them. But I like that they're getting a moment in this like last season to like, you know, like check in with them and like, you know, have the, like, just have them have their time, you know, like, cause been with these characters in this cast for such a long time, and they're doing a lot of callbacks, but to me, it doesn't feel gimmicky or like memberberry or whatever. It feels very like intentional and clever. They, you know, like it feels nostalgic of itself in a kind of strange way. But for a show that's always been about nostalgia, I think it kind of blends in a way. It works, you know, better than it may be able to in another show. But and the fact that we've been watching for this series for 10 years, and another like big factor of this season is like the kids are so grown up now. Like when like they show flashbacks of the first season and they look like such little babies, and like it's so funny. Like their voices are deeper. They're so tall now. Like they are adults, but it does feel like they've also kind of leveled up in between seasons, like as actors. Like they feel really confident in a way that I didn't like feel as much in the last few seasons. Like it really feels like super solid. Like
Dustin and Will especially.
Will, yes, I was. Yeah, I think Lucas. I think is like really did well in the last few seasons compared to the other characters because he was doing a lot more.
He has steadily kind of leveled up, whereas I feel like Mike came out swinging. 11 came out kind of swinging by season 2.
I feel like Mike had a really bad last season though. So like,
sure, that's what I'm saying. Like they came out, so they feel either on par with or slightly weaker, whereas Dustin and Will seem to have fully blossomed.
Yeah. I think Will especially like is given a lot, like has a lot on his shoulders in these episodes, and like clearly Will, I think, for the rest of the season, and I think he's really like kicking butt for a kid who like not for reasons that don't make sense, but like he was benched for a lot of the series, or like, you know, like just screaming, or, you know, like stuck in a room. So it's like nice to see. He was
relegated to like flashbacks and
like the whole first season they're looking for him, you know. The second season, like he is the like center of that what happens, but like he's the victim of it, so he's just like shaking in bed like Exorcist style half the season, you know. But I just like I am really really excited to see like where this is going. They have like I think like just to kind of give like a general setup of like where we're at now, like without giving away too much, we have like a short time jump of just like a few months from the beginning of season 4, and like this kind of kicks off with like the disappearance of Mike's sister Holly, which is only a few days before the anniversary of when Will disappeared. So I think it like I love that this setup both kind of like has the like Star Wars rhyming thing of the like 2 kids go missing and like that, and then the it factor of like, you know, it happens every so many years and all these kids go missing, these weird kind of local
feels
legends.
Very eerily like Derry.
Yeah, I had to give up on that show. I didn't like it.
I don't even mean Welcome to Derry, the TV show.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, just because it's out right now, is why I thought that. But yeah,
it feels very, very much like this story arc of it in the town of Derry and the children and all of these things.
Yeah, they do such a good job though with Stranger Things, where like they always feel like you can smell these inspirations, but they don't like. They still like make their own dish out of all these ingredients. You know, like it doesn't always like. It does kind of blend together because they're using so many references that it just is like, oh yeah, that t-shirt's from this, and you know that music is from this, and I love how they manage to kind of do those things. Like I think that's part of the reason their costumes are also so great in that show, where it's like a reference to the thing that you already know, but it's still like just their regular clothes, and they just really like nail that stuff. I love it. Let's see, like I don't know, I don't want to get too into it because I would love to.
I'm excited to see it. I obviously haven't watched it yet. So this isn't going to wrap up till end of the year, right?
Yeah. So this is the first batch. I think it's 3 and 3 for the next episodes, if I remember correctly, but I might have that wrong. But it's like Christmas is the next episode, and then New Year's Eve is the last batch of episodes. And
are you sure it's the last batch, or I thought the last one was on New Year's Eve, and they were releasing it in theaters as the final episode.
I think it's at least 2 or 3 episodes. It's not just one episode.
I thought it was 4, and then 1. That's what
I don't think so. It might be 2, maybe.
We can find this out probably pretty quickly.
But it is cool that they like you just mentioned though, that they are going to be releasing the like final chapter in theaters when it comes out. I just feel like I looked it up earlier, and it was at least 3 episodes, but it's been a while since I like looked at this. I think that we're really set up for something cool. I really like. I think the finale of this 3 episodes was so big that I'm like, this is crazy that this is act 1 and there are 2 more parts coming afterwards. And I rewatched the trailer just like now that I kind of have more context. I was curious. Almost everything that was in that first trailer is covered in what we got to see. So there is a new trailer that has some exciting stuff kind of coming.
Volume 1 was this first one, 1 through 4.
Okay.
Volume 2 is episodes 5 through 7. So
3.
5, 6, and 7. And then the final episode is episode 8 on December 31st.
Oh, totally wrong then. I didn't remember that right at all. But yeah, so we will have the last episode. Is it like extra long or something? I'm just wondering because
I think it's like almost 3 hours. It's like 2 hours.
Ah, there we go. That's why I was thinking it was more than 1 episode.
Yeah, it's like it's over 2.5 hours if I remember correctly.
I'm actually really for this because like I think it's a really neat benefit of streaming where like you don't have to worry about runtimes and commercials, and so like. For shows like Game of Thrones that had like a really great runway and then they just cut themselves short at the last few seasons, to have creators who are like, no, let's like add as much as we possibly can is really exciting to me. Like,
yeah.
I'm trying to confirm that, and now it's saying that it's at least 2 hours.
So do you think Vecna is actually Bran the Broken?
Yes, exactly.
If it lets us down, if we get it, well,
The greatest storyteller.
There
of all.
have been some theories thrown out of like that I've seen online of like endings where I'm like, I really hope that's not true. Like,
there
I'm
are
just
some.
kidding.
Yeah,
I know we already know who Vecna is.
without getting into any of the spoilers, Vecna levels up in this season.
Yeah.
And it's pretty fantastic.
really cool level
Yeah.
up
Yeah,
design.
yeah,
like
yeah,
it's like unmistakably
their-
the same
you can tell
character,
their
but still
budget-
cooler.
You
Yeah.
can tell their budget has for sure gone.
That
gone
last
up
sequence,
into the
I
right.
would love to. Like, I feel like I shouldn't say too much about it. Was like one of the most. It's like Children of Men. Like, it was insane. Like,
you will likely, if you liked any part of this show, if you followed it at all and you've watched it at all over the years, you will get to the end of episode 4 and you will be cheering.
I was gonna say, yeah. Like, my brother and I
cheering.
were like, yeah.
It was
This is awesome.
genuinely. It felt like
So
like one
triumphant,
of those
like-
handful of moments that you get where everyone's watching it at the same time. Like we're all watching it at the same time. Patrick, you're watching it a couple days later, but that's
Yeah,
you're-
yeah. We're
you're
all
still
watching at the same time.
You're still watching it in the same zeitgeist era, and it is. It feels like it feels like this is doing something good. Yeah.
It's exciting to have this show, I think, because like we haven't had a show that really like grabbed everybody like
Yeah.
shows were able to when this first came out. So I think this still has some of that like essence on it, and like it really is cool because like so many people are watching this from like all different groups. Like even like my mom does not like these kind of shows, but she was watching it like over me, my brother. She's like, I don't remember any of this stuff from the beginning of this show. Like,
Yeah, I
Like,
mean,
I was gonna say, is this one of the last? It'd be interesting to consider what were those shows
big
that felt
like cultural touch point TV
yeah,
shows.
that
Yeah.
everyone was like crossing genre to watch. Like, what are the other
Like
ones? that are
yeah,
still
like
going?
stuff I would go to work and like everyone wanted to talk
this
about
is
these
water.
shows.
Yeah, this
like,
is water
yeah.
cooler TV.
Yeah.
That's a good
And
question.
it's
I don't know.
I think this
Don't
is
you
one
dare
of
say
them,
this
but it
summer I
kind of
turned
like
pretty.
bears the goodwill of its like earlier seasons being in that era
Yeah.
when we had like a lot of shows like that.
Yeah, I don't know.
But-
That's a good question that I would need more time to ponder before I could.
Yeah. I mean, Breaking
MASH?
Bad was definitely
One of my was it the finale of MASH, or was the finale of Seinfeld?
Mm-hmm.
Seinfeld.
They had a finale.
The-
Yeah.
It's one of my favorite facts, which is that it almost destroyed the sewer system in New York because so many people would flush the toilet at the exact same time. They would wait to a commercial and then go use the bathroom and flush the toilet.
Wow.
And
Oh my god,
it-
that's
so all
so
the water
funny.
pressure was.
Yeah,
This
is
it
the
literally like almost wrecked the sewer
This-
system in the city.
Because we have streaming services now. This is like when a streaming service
It's a non-issue.
Crash, but
like
yeah.
we won't ever have the issue again. But I think it
That's
was
so funny.
Seinfeld.
That's
the
wild.
amount of and only during the finale, the series finale, because the amount of people watching the show and then using the bathroom at the exact same time.
At the
But you
exact
can
same
find
time.
like
That is-
articles about it.
That's
Yeah.
wild.
Yeah.
The closest I got to that was with this. Netflix crashed. Netflix server crashed for us for about
did.
3 minutes. So we were 3 minutes
Oh,
behind
I saw
the
like
rest
up
of.
to like over an hour when this like first dropped.
Wait, what?
When Stranger Things, this new batch
Yeah.
just dropped, like it crashed Netflix for a little while, like several
For an
hours.
hour for you? Oh, for us it was 3
No,
minutes.
I wasn't able to watch it the night that it came out. I
Oh,
watched it a
okay.
couple days after, but yeah, so I was okay. But
Yeah,
Wow.
ours
You
was back
waited
up
a
in
day?
3
I
minutes.
had
We
a
could- yeah, it was bad.
holiday. My mom would kill me if I disappeared for like the 8 hours it took to watch this.
I will say I was kind of hoping it was going to be down for like a day, and then I wouldn't feel so bad missing it. Like when you texted, you didn't know that, Andrew, but it made me happy.
What,
Yeah.
that, when I texted and said that the Netflix
It's
crashed.
down. That's so funny.
That's okay. I understand. Now that I have the full context, I understand why that made you happy, and I am okay with your happiness. I'm glad that
Yeah.
brought you happiness.
Thank you.
But yeah,
You'll
so
accept his
Cooper
Schadenfreude.
was 5 when this show first came on. He wasn't
Yeah.
able to watch it with us. He started
Yeah.
watching it by like season 3, I think. So he was super like pushing for us to start it as soon as like we made sure everything was done
That's
by
really cool.
7 p.m. Central Time so that we could
Yeah.
turn this, we could turn this on and watch it together. So like for us, it was a must-see family event that's been 10 years in the making. And
Yeah.
I am very excited for these last 4 episodes. It sets it up in such a, which could be good
also
or bad.
feels like
it could be bad. They could have led us to a cliff, and then
this might be the peak of the roller coaster, and it doesn't get better. But I do feel like
beginning.
I feel like everything seems very intentional with what they're doing, at least the way that these episodes played out. So I feel like I have a lot more confidence in what was going on. Plus, I also feel like in a good way, they kind of narrowed down what needs to happen in this season in these episodes too, where it's like last time it was like very wide open. Like there's literally a hole in the middle of the town. Like this, we have a lot to deal with. And they kind of like do jump forward over some of that stuff, but it kind of it all makes sense. And it like is making this story a little,
we're starting to wrap things up.
Yeah, that's what it feels like.
We have the final checklist.
We got it all into one Tupperware. We haven't put the lid on it, but it all fits.
Walk through right before they sign off and give us, the certificate of occupancy. We've got the final punch list. We know what we're doing now. We're not opening any new threads.
Yes, and it just feels like they're like narrowed in, and I'm very excited.
Lost could have learned something from this.
Yeah, no kidding.
Okay.
Way too many ideas. But yeah, I'm very excited. If we want to do a spoiler section, I would love to talk about some predictions. But yeah, I know it's like very soon after this came out.
Let's wait to do a spoiler section until after Patrick has seen it. Because I want to talk through spoilers with him and talk.
There's one extremely nerdy joke that I will tell you guys when we're off air since it is a spoiler.
Okay. But I do think we do a special episode that's a finale episode.
That would make sense.
A recap, a round table thing that we have done in the past.
Would be a lot of
fun. Awesome. So we talked about a lot tonight, but before we move on to the closing of this episode, we have to roll our dice, right? And so
we do.
I'm gonna roll
you didn't
mine.
get new ones to roll. I forgot to get mine.
I'm gonna roll.
Got 6 new ones.
And a vial to hold them in. Let's see.
Okay, let's use one I don't use normally.
I got an 18.
I got a 3.
18, baby.
A present 3.
Derby.
And Lauren just left.
Yeah,
No,
Lauren.
sorry, I had to get dice. But then I was like, I have like dice that are in those containers, just like
in those
you have.
vials.
Yeah.
Wait, you opened your Advent stuff early?
I bought these like 2 years ago.
Do the Jews have Advent?
8 days of Advent.
No. Yeah, you just have 8 days of. Yeah. Okay. All right.
No.
You don't call it Advent though. You just.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. Okay. Sorry. What numbers did you guys get?
18.
3.
18 is podcast YouTube.
Oh.
3 is going to be. Sorry, why am I not seeing it? Oh, there it is. TV.
Thank you.
And then I got a 4, so it's going to be games.
Maybe I'll find a podcast
Games
specifically
1.
talking about Garth Brooks' serial killer.
Sure.
I think we can just like give you advantage to like get a 20 so I can find out what happens with
No, he knows how to bend the rules.
Go ahead and roll with advantage, Lauren. Let's see if you get a 20.
No, for you to talk about.
Oh, I am capable of infolding whatever it is to make whatever it is work. I had travel and I just talked about a book about alphabets. So I think I can figure it out. You're muted. There you are. Okay. You were muted.
Okay.
Go ahead.
I don't know why. Sorry, my like audio all went weird for a second. But I got a nat 1, so I guess I will never know about Garth Brooks.
No, that means we get to pick for you. We're going to assign you with learning
now
about Garth
I have
Brooks
to talk about Garth Brooks.
It's now officially on your. Yeah, you are the one to bring this information. Great.
I'm gonna just circle this on my notes because I did write this down earlier, so I wouldn't forget to ask you.
That's what you're tasked now with learning as much as you can about the Garth Brooks theory of serial killer. Okay, that's everything for this episode. It was a lot, but it was a fun one. Go check us out at mof1.network where you can find show notes and links about all the stuff that we just talked about. Go look up some stuff, go watch some stuff, go buy some things, and then join the conversation over in Slack. You can find that on the webpage as well. Just look for the Slack icon down there at the bottom and join the conversation in there. We talk about all this stuff all the time in there. We have Secret Santa going on in there too. We're getting ready to. We're not doing Secret Santa.
Are we doing it?
I mean, you asked, and there were people who rose their hand and said they wanted to participate.
Okay.
I think we just need to cut it off soonish so that we can do it.
We will send out invites
yeah.
by. This will come out on Wednesday.
Yeah.
So we will send out invites, like instructions on Wednesday, but people will have to.
Should we do it on
you'll
Friday
have like a
so
week and
audio
a half.
people have a chance to listen?
Yeah, that's what I would say. If you want to be a part of the Secret Santa,
tell us by
you
Friday.
have the next 2 days, basically. If you're listening to this on release day, we'll do it on Friday.
Okay, hold on. I'm going to edit this out. That'll be... And then you basically have 1 week to turn around and send... Like, we have to match on Friday.
These don't have
and
to
you
be
have a
like,
week to turn around
delivered
and
on Christmas.
send.
It's okay.
Yeah, but we like it. Okay, that's fine. We'll do
Yeah.
cutoff on Friday.
And then you have until the next Friday to buy and ship the person's gift.
Yeah, sorry. Okay,
Yeah, I think that...
You can say all that now, and I'll post the stuff in Slack.
Okay. If you're listening to this, you can you have the next 2 days basically to jump in our Slack channel and say that you want to be a part of the Secret Santa. Patrick is going to match the Secret Santa participants on this coming Friday, December 5th, I believe is the date. That's a lot of F's. December 5th, and then you have until the following Friday or Saturday to get that to get your person's gift purchased or made or whatever compiled and shipped to them so they can have it in time for Christmas. And you know the mail system is crazy these days. You never know what you're going to get. So getting it in earlier is definitely easier and better. Otherwise, you can find us on social media at M of One Podcast. You can find me at Andrew Sale with 3s instead of E's. Lauren, you have one, I think, now.
Yep, you can find me at Not Cool Co. everywhere.
And Patrick?
I don't have one.
Panic. Panic.
No,
panic.
not me.
Full panic. I almost made a joke
Something
about
about Garth
Lady in the
Brooks.
Dale, but then I thought maybe I would get in trouble, and then I just stopped.
Patrick, I know you so well. I knew in my head, in my heart of heads, that you were struggling with saying something that was going to be inappropriate. So instead, you stopped yourself. You just full
didn't
stop.
say anything.
Yeah.
And I knew it was Lady in the Dale related. I knew it. Oh gosh. I wish I had had an over-under ahead of time. I could have made money off myself. All right. Otherwise, we'll catch you in 2 weeks. Yeah, just check us out where you can. Share, love, like, share, all the things. That's what you do.
Live, laugh, love.
Live, laugh, love.
Yeah.
But for now,
night,
we're
house
going to
guests.
Gabby. I'm Andrew.
I'm Lauren.
I'm Patrick.
Adios.
Peace out.
Bye.
I'm sorry.
Wow. Okay, Lauren.
Too early,
It's
too
your
early.
show. It's your
She
show.
was so excited. Ever since you quoted Julie Chen Moonves, I just want to say Julie Chen quotes at the end.
Julie Chen quotes.
Only just a new one every day.
Hey, let me say something controversial and brave. I'll turn on music.
Yes.
So that no one can hear us.
I don't like Andy Cohen. I didn't realize Andy Cohen is the creator of a lot of these shows.
Yeah.
And now that I understand that you're forced to come on to something and talk to him, and he's your boss, and then he like puts you under the microscope in front of people, I think it's super inappropriate, and I don't like it.
Oh,
It's a
it's
little toxic.
100%.
It's a little
It's
toxic, right?
100%. And that's also
Yeah.
why, like, it's also why he's actually should not be the reunion host anyway, because he doesn't
Yeah.
really ask the kind of like deep questions you want him to ask. They had like Nicki Minaj come and be like a guest, like interviewer, and she was asking really good questions, and I'm like, because you're not their boss.
When I thought
Like-
he was just some like basically super fan that got paid to like ask them questions, I was like, oh,
No.
he's awesome. When I realized he's the boss, it's dirty and I do not like
It's
it.
gross.
Oh, I mean, it's just part of the amalgamation. Like, of course, it would be their boss asking them about their boob job every season. Like,
But the thing is, people keep showing up.
I know they get
Like,
paid a lot of
They
money,
have
so
to. It's their boss.
No, I'm sorry. Viewers keep showing
Yeah.
up.
Sure.
And so, like, all it's doing is
There are-
it's reinforcing this terrible behavior.
It's
The
awful.
amount of HR violations that happen on a Bravo show on any given episode are astronomical. They're like giving them alcohol, like they're encouraging all kinds of bad behavior. Like, of course, like if you ran this like a normal company, you're not supposed to do
I'm
these things.
pretty
But
sure
that would
some
not
of
be
those-
good TV.
I'm pretty sure some of the like contestants and the people on the show have sex with one another,
Oh yeah.
and that's
No, I mean, there's obviously
crazy.
been
Well,
lawsuits.
I meant
about
like
what
in the
you're
case of like
describing,
Real
but-
Housewives, which that hasn't happened yet, but
Mormon housewives.
they talked about it this last
And
time.
also, real quick, side note, what's her name from ex Mormon, the people that go to Montauk? She's now playing Roxy Hart in Chicago.
Wait,
One
explain
of-
that.
one
Wait,
of
sorry.
the
The mom
women-
talk. One of the mom talk girls is playing Roxy.
Is playing Roxy in Chicago for a 6-week run.
I'm
Yeah.
sure
That's
she's not as
exactly
good as
what-
Ariana was.
That's exactly what Erica Jane did, right?
Yes. Also, Ariana Maddox from Vanderpump Rules did Roxy
Whitney.
on Chicago too.
So is that all they do? Is that like the Dancing with the
Which
Stars
Whitney
for
is it?
Broadway?
Well,
They just cast like some C-level person to play
It's
Roxy.
it's a revolving door of who's hot for those 13 seconds, and then they
Yeah. I mean, but Erica Jane was there for a very long time. So was Ariana.
she didn't do the short run. She did a longer run.
She did like several runs. Both of them did. They were there for a long time. Basically, Ariana did it until she got cast as the host for Love Island. I could talk about this forever.
Well, Becca just showed up, so
Yeah.
we're apparently talking. We said
Okay,
all
so
of this
it was
other
like the
stuff.
girl that was on Dancing with the Stars. This makes a lot
Finally,
of
it
sense to me.
was. We said something that she was interested in right here at the end. Took 2 hours.
Lastly, the whole
I just never get to talk about this stuff, so it is like, oh, let's talk about it.
the theme song. The Andy Cohen's got the 411 for
Yeah,
Late Night
yeah.
Fun, Midnight, whatever. You
Jenny
can
wrote
look.
for him.
You can look that up and like watch the person sing it in the audio.
Oh,
booth.
yeah.
And whenever I want to see Mackenzie just crawl out of her skin, I can just throw that on the TV, and it makes her want to crawl.
Oh,
It's
the
so
original version of that? Yeah.
So cringy looking.
Yeah.
Is
So
it as
cringy.
is it cringe? Is it as cringy as that white lady singing that ninja, like Asian ninja song? You know what I'm talking about?
don't-
What?
Oh my people!
I mean, I can
Come on.
picture how bad that's going to
Are you
be, and I'm
talking
going to
about
say it's
Vanilla
pretty
Ice?
close.
I'm talking about this white
You know
lady
he's a
at
man.
like a dinner party, and she's singing this "I Want to Be a Ninja," but she's using like it's
Oh wow.
crazy.
I've never seen
you
this, but I can.
know- You
Yeah.
know who they voted for.
Let's trade videos. You send me that one, I'll send you.
We'll do
I'll
a video
send you
swap.
mine.
We'll do a
Yeah,
video
yeah, yeah.
swap. Okay.
That's so
On
funny.
that note, let's get out of here. It's been 2 hours. Everyone, thanks for hanging out with us.
thank
if you
you.
made it, we will see you in a couple weeks.
Don't work for Andy Cohen. Bye.